Feel those muscles growing. All right, you shit stains. It's week 1. So, I'll make this short and sweet. We got a game tomorrow. So, my eventual path to the championship begins in a little over 24 hours. That's right. Your future champion. You're looking at it. I've prayed to all the gods. I have bought all the voodoo dolls. I've sold my soul to the devil and to everybody else I possibly could, including the weird homeless guy in the corner, because this year is my year. I outdrafted y'all, and with the help of Sharp, I outtraded y'all, and I have the best fucking team in the world. So we're just going to give a quick little preview heading into this week's games, and maybe a little special surprise at the end. We'll see. So, before we get going, as I mentioned before, we had some preseason transactions. Sharp was all over the waiver wire. 3 different things, dropping guys, picking up guys, dropping a guy, then picking him back up, then picking a guy up, then dropping him, all over the fucking place. That's what you get when you auto-draft, my friend. And then when you trade away your best player, it's no brainer. You're going to be all over that thing all season. Have fun. It'll be like ADD for a moron. And also on the waiver wire, didn't have a bad draft, didn't embarrass yourself, but had some bad luck. When I told you, when you drafted Jonathan Dwyer, I said, enjoy the fumble per game. It's going to happen. Georgia Tech, the Ramblin' Wreck, he's fat and was never that particularly great of running back in the pros. Great in college, just ran over Carolina all the time, but forget that. And the Steelers cut him. I wouldn't have cut him, but they did. So, yeah, that worked out well. And then he went and picked up our reject, Rashard Mendenhall. There's probably other possibilities you could have tried for a trade, my friend, but instead you're going to ride that train. So, good luck. And as we talked about, there was the big blockbuster trade, which I thank all of you, except for the 2 of you who voted it down, for not voting that vote down. Because now I got Demaryius Thomas. I gave up Stevie Johnson, who's a 1,000-yard-a-season receiver, but he's okay. My beloved Giovanni Bernard, Tar Heel extraordinaire, will be a star for the Bengals. You watch. And Carson Palmer. I gave up those 3, and in return, I got Demaryius Thomas, Peyton Manning's #1 receiver, and Tony Romo, who's a fucking joke, but puts up stud fantasy numbers. I don't get it. Guess banging Jessica Simpson before she got fat probably used up all his magic, so I don't know. And that was it. Other than that, we just have a couple things here and there, but that's the majority of the waiver wire action heading into the season. This week, we have our first week of 10 teams. There are 5 matchups. We have me versus Brad. Right now, I'm a favorite. I'm a 21-point favorite, but Brad doesn't have like a defense or a kicker or something in there, so that'll probably change. Bird is actually projected to have the most points out of all of us this week, and he is highly favored over Sheck, who will never win a single fucking game because he drafted all Redskins like a dickhead. So I get it on a certain degree. I get the home team support and all that shit, but you're going to blow at fantasy. It's just going to happen, especially if RG3's leg falls off. Then we also have Tom, who is hiding his lineup. He has a defense and a kicker in. He's keeping it secret from his little brother, Jordan. So don't forget to put your lineups in on Thursday, Tom, or that will seriously blow. I don't really know what you're trying to do. We all know all the players you have, and we can look at what they're projected for anyway. But I guess trying to get into that mind of yours is probably a tough task. You know, it's filled with rocks and all that shit. Then we have Ant, who is favored over Zach, and J-Ball favored over Sharp because Sharp traded away his best players. So have fun with that season as well. So it should be a good matchup. Most of the favorites are small, 4-6 points. So we're looking at a tight series of games. But as you know, the projections really mean jack shit. So whatever. And lastly, out of the kindness of my heart, my beneficent loveliness that is me, I took all of your lazy asses to school. Because no matter how many times I asked, pleaded, begged, whatever, y'all little shitheads don't fucking listen and don't pitch in anything to this league except for complaining, complaining, and complaining. Everybody bitches, pisses, and moans, and when shit hits the fan, it's all my fault. Well, remember this, because when I tried to trace you all down, you didn't cut to me. None of you. And so I took this on myself. And this year, for the first time ever, I present to you none other than the 100% holy cannoli Latera trophy. That's right, that's a golden fucking cannoli on top of that trophy. As we know, Anthony was the first winner and therefore named this retarded ass thing, and Tom won it last year. Tom, I would mail this to you, but I'm not convinced that this cannoli is going to stay there through the, soft, tender hands of the United States Postal Service. So the next time I'm upstate, I'll drop it off at your door where you can keep it for a couple months before you have to hand it back to me as your future champion. Look at it. It's beautiful. It shines. I want it. I just want to fuck it. I want to get it in my life because it's just beautiful.